Hello there guys, welcome to another edition of Jonesy's vlog. Slightly different one today. Going to be speaking about another one of my sporting interests, which is snooker. Obviously at the moment the UK Championship is on in York at the Barbican Centre. And before I actually get onto the topic and point I'm wanting to make, I do actually have a spare ticket. I'm going down there tomorrow to, it's a day of quarter-final action. But unfortunately the person I was going with has had to pull out at the last minute, so I do have one spare all day ticket, so that's to both sessions tomorrow, and that, well, I'll show both of them, but only one of them is free. Yes, yeah, it's an all day ticket, so it gets you into both sessions, which is 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock when they both start. So yes, I'm only asking for £15 for the ticket, guys, because I got these tickets when they were on offer. So I think if you were to go and buy them now, it would be about £25 for an all-day ticket. So it's quite a bargain. So if anyone is interested and anyone is free, then do please feel free to contact me on my Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC. And we will arrange something. I'm just going to do it as a first come first serve. You know, the first person to show their interest, I will give it to them. So I'll apologise in advance if quite a few people are interested and don't get the ticket, but obviously I can only give it to one person, guys. So yes, and it's not reserved seating, so you can sit wherever you like, so you don't have to feel like you're tagging along with me tomorrow or anything, guys. So yeah, I thought I'd get that out of the way. So like I say, if anyone's interested, get in contact with me on my Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC and we'll sort something out. Now, the point I was wanting to make today, those of you who are interested in snooker and have been watching the UK Championship, no doubt, last night we saw last year's winner of the UK Championship, Judd Trump, lose 6-5 to Mark Joyce, who I think he's outside the top 50 in the UK in the world rankings, so that was quite a surprise there, especially when he was 5-2 up in that game. And we also saw last year's runner-up Mark Allen lose out to Marco Fu, and he didn't really look interested either, which was quite disappointing because I'm quite a big fan of Mark Allen, and I was quite hoping to see him tomorrow actually, but yes, we saw him lose out to Marco Fu, who did play fantastically well, by the way. But it just got me thinking again, which is something I've been thinking for sort of the past year or so. We seem to be in a period now where, with this group and crop of players, especially with a lot more youngsters, a lot more talented youngsters coming through, where it seems a lot harder for certain players to be dominating the sport. I mean, like I say, I'm a massive fan of snooker. I've been watching it since I was a little boy, growing up watching it on TV. Obviously, growing up, there was Ronnie O'Sullivan constantly winning on my TV screens. Mark Williams was winning quite a lot. Of course, Stephen Hendry, he was winning quite a bit. And John Higgins, sort of more recently, he's been the one to sort of look out for. But I mean, we look at the moment, and it's very rare that we're seeing just one person go on a streak where they're winning all of the championships. I mean, I know there's a lot more tournaments on at the moment through what Barry Hearn has done with the sport. Which is another debate, which I may get onto at some point, at some other time. But like I say, you know, we look at the championships this year, and no one player has really stood out and dominated the season. And it's just, I think it makes it a lot more exciting for me, really. Obviously, it's fantastic when you see one person going through winning lots of things like Stephen Hendry did, and Ronnie O'Sullivan, of course, Steve Davis back in the 80s. But I think it just shows a lot more competitiveness in the sport at the moment, which is fantastic. And like I say, especially with the youngsters coming through, we've of course got young Belgian Luca Bressel, I think that's how it's pronounced. I think he's only 17 or 18 or something, but he's storming up the rankings at the moment, and you know, he's playing some fantastic stuff, and beating top ranked players at the moment. We also have young Jack Lizowski, sorry for the pronunciation there if that's wrong, who qualified for the UK Championships this year. You know, he's showing great promise and moving up the rankings, and of course we've got the young Asian players who are constantly coming through, and you know, they're always producing fantastic fantastic players that are coming through, and they have, you know, great players to look up to in Marco Fu, of course, James Watton, you know, quite a few years ago he was definitely up there with one of the top players. And now, you know, we see Ding Junhui, who's, you know, well, he's been a top player for quite a few years now, and he was one of those youngsters coming through not so long ago. And now we look at Liang Wenbo, who's was unlucky in the championships against Barry Hawkins yesterday, and Chow Yung Pen, who's also doing really well at the moment. So, you know, there's just a bumper crop of players that we have at the moment, and it really is, you know, you look at the start of championships now and tournaments, and it's very difficult to pinpoint one player who you think is going to win. I mean, obviously it's always difficult with snooker, you know, it really is just knockout stuff. But, you know, every now and again before, you know, you looked at how Ronnie O'Sullivan was doing, and you thought, well, he's going to storm it and win, and he always did, and Stephen Hendry and Mark Williams, etc. But now it really is impossible. You know, Judd Trump, of course, is the world #1 at the moment, but he can be quite indifferent. You know, his style of play, it's very attacking, very aggressive, you know, fantastic to watch. But of course that style of play means that, you know, he does make those mistakes, and that's why he isn't so consistent in everything that he's in all his tournaments that he's in. For me, the best player at the moment in the world, you know, for me, is Neil Robertson. You know, I think he plays some fantastic stuff, and we've just seen him beat Tom Ford 6-1, and he just played some fantastic snooker. I think he got four centuries in his 6-1 victory. But again, you know, he's not winning as much as what he should be. So, you know, we look at the top ranked players and the top 16 players, and it's not always one of them that are guaranteed to be winning these championships. So I just think it's really good for the sport, and I think snooker is in a really good place at the moment. I'm sure lots of other people will agree with me. So that's really just the point I was wanting to make, guys, and just see what people think. Like I say, it's a bit of a different vlog, maybe get some different people viewing my stuff. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you did like this vlog and also enjoy football, then do look at my other stuff on my channel. And if you're a gaming fan, then I do have a few gaming videos that I've done, some let's play videos. So yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Like I say, if anyone is interested in that snooker ticket, please do get in touch with me on my Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC. And I will be back with you at some time shortly, guys. It won't be tomorrow because, like I say, I will be at the snooker, but I will probably be back with you on Wednesday. So thank you for watching, guys.